guys. Today we are doing a cold read. Yay! Okay. Make sure this no, marker does not work. Okay. When we are doing a cold read, what is the very first thing we do, Kit? No. Sydney? You number the paragraphs, but take a look here. Our paragraphs are already numbered for us. Yay! Yay! Okay, so what do we do next, London? We annotate. Awesome. My first class forgot that. Excellent. We annotate. Who remembers what annotate means? Darwin, do you remember?
And to review the questions, like the steps.
Yes, yes. We're going to preview the questions and annotate. Yes. So let's go. Let's take a gander at our questions, shall we? Kids, read me the first question.
What is the main idea of the article?
What is the main idea of the article? What should we highlight right there? What's an important thing that we should box in or highlight? Okay, Joe?
Main idea.
Main idea. They want to know the big picture. Now, my last class, some of the kids kind of got confused with the main idea of a story and a theme of a story. What is the difference between the two? Darwin?
The main idea talks about just what the main thing is about the story, and the theme is like what it's like teaching you.
Yes, very good. The theme is what's the lesson we learned sometimes in life, right? The main idea is what's the point? What's the point of the whole story? What's it about? Okay, so we're gonna look at the answer choices, and after we've read our story, we're gonna figure out which one pretty much sums up the whole thing, not parts of it, the whole thing. Okay. Part B. Blakely, read part B.
Which phrase in the article supports the answer to part A?
Okay, so we're gonna draw an arrow from part A to part B, or part B to part A, whatever. Because whatever answer you put for number 1 is gonna have to connect to part B. Because guess what, guys? If number 1 is wrong, part B is gonna be wrong too. Okay? You have to make sure they both connect. They both make sense. Okay? Capiche? Go with me? Okay, let's turn to Purge. Diane, read me question number 2, please.
Which of the statements best shows the author's point that the use of pesticides in farming is beneficial?
Okay, what important things should we highlight or underline in this question, kid?
Best.
Okay, best, yes. What else? Anything else?
Statement.
No, I like best. But what about it? Hannah?
Author's point.
Yes, yes. What's the point? Okay, part B. Okay, Joe.
Which evidence from the article supports your answer to part A?
Ah. So we're going to draw another arrow. We're going to have to look back, make sure our 2 answers connect. I guarantee you, if you get 1 wrong, it's going to end up being 2 wrong. You have to play close attention. So let's need these 2 things right now, okay? Okay. Kaden, you want to read the next question? Number 3.
What evidence does the use
Intensive. Okay, good. So which of these choices does the author use to promote the idea of intensive forming, meaning that it's a good thing? Which one of those things is a good thing? Last one, Delvin, number 4.
What does glitching,
Generated.
generated USD is used ahead of seven.
Intensive forming.
Intensive forming. We can be
Good. What should I highlight here? Everyone should know this. Carlise?
paragraph 7.
Paragraph 7, and what else? One other thing. Something that we gotta look for in paragraph 7. Generated. Okay? So I know I'm gonna be looking for that word. Okay. And then, what do we see next? We see what? When we turn the page. Another story, right? So we're having 2 stories. This one, what's the title of this one? Dylan?
Stop intensive forming.
Okay, good. Stop intensive forming. If we look back to the first page, it says intensive farming. We can feed the world. I want you guys to box both of these titles and tell me what you noticed about that without even reading. Just looking at the titles, what did you notice right off the bat? Pierce?
I know, one, says, we can feed the world, where the other one says stop intensive farming.
Okay, so we know what? What do we know?
And that they're all us to see stuff. Intensive farming has
Okay, one is saying one, and one is saying Colby.
The other story is saying that how good intensive farming is, but the other story is saying that intensive farming needs to stop.
Yes. So there's 2 very different points of view, right? Just like our zoos and our whales from previously. Okay? So, let's take a look at the questions. Let's go to number 5. Okay? Hannah.
What is the main idea of the tax?
Oh, they want to know the main idea of this one. So let's highlight, underline, main idea. It's in all caps. Okay? So you're going to find the best one. Guys, you need to be super careful when you're finding the main idea because a lot of them can look good. You have to figure out what the whole thing is about, right? Not just pieces, because there could be a paragraph that's like really good, maybe your favorite, but it's not part of the whole story, right? Okay. Okay, number 6. Carlise.
The point onion and marigold have a strong smell that many insects do not like. Support what plant?
Ah, okay. What should we highlight? What's important? Okay, Joe?
Point.
No. That's not the thing that sticks out to me. What sticks out to you? Yes, very good, Kaden. That whole quote. Everything that's in quotation marks. Okay, because you're going to be looking for that in the story. So it's saying it supports what point. Okay? All right. Number 7, Joselle.
What evidence from the text supports the idea that
Chemicals.
chemicals used in farming are often harmful?
Good. Okay, so what sticks out to you here? What should we be looking at, Hannah? Evidence. Okay, we're looking for evidence that supports what? Colby.
The question.
What is the question?
What are the idea?
Okay, so evidence from the text that supports the idea that chemicals are used in farming are often harmful. Okay, so they're talking about it being harmful, Cheyenne. When you're highlighting important words that you need to be looking for in the story. Okay, let's go to the next question. Go ahead.
Good fact from the text supports the author's opinion that invest farming is harmful to the environment.
Okay, what are they asking me? Break it down for me. What do I need to look for when I'm reading?
And that's harmful to the environment.
Okay, good. Why is it so harmful to the environment? You're gonna be looking for that, okay? Highlight that. Intensive farming is harmful to the environment. For shame. Carl, read the next one. Purify.
Farming is as it is used in paragraph 4 of stop intensive farming.
Good. What do I need to look for? What do I need to highlight?
What does
Purify. And paragraph 4. Awesome. Okay, yes.
if we're going to start
Hang on, let's turn the page. We're about to answer that question. We're about to answer that question. Good. Deshawn, read very loudly the cold read prompt. Turn the page, kid.
The articles in intensive farming, we can feed the world and stop intensive farming discuss the same topic from different points of view. Explain how each point of view is represented and supported in these articles. Support your answer with clear text evidence from the article.
Okay, let's take a look at our action words. What do they want us to do? Discuss
the same topic.
the same topic. What's the topic of both stories? We're not even reading, we should know, right? Marshall? Intensive farming. Great. Y'all are on it today. Awesome. Okay? So we're gonna discuss intensive farming from what? Different points of view. Because both stories are very different. Okay, Colby? Okay. Oh, I see another action word. What is it? Explain. What do I need to explain?
Each point of view represents
Okay.
each point of view.
How each point of view is presented and supported in these articles. Oh, another action word. We're gonna what?
Support.
Let's support my answer with clear
Evidence.
evidence. What does that mean when they say text evidence? What does that mean, Deshawn?
You use your evidence from the story.
Very good. We're gonna do what letter in race? C. Very good. Cite. Okay. So, guys, I did this for you today because I believe you should know what your essay prompt is as you are reading so that you can highlight what you want to cite in your essay, what you find necessary. Okay? Now, we are not going to be able to do our essay today, but I am going to have you draft a checklist on this paper, okay? And I'm going to want to know, and I'm going to help you guys out with a book. Now, is this, now, wait, let me see. Okay, we noticed that there are two stories, right? Does that necessarily mean we're comparing and contrasting? No. Are we comparing and contrasting? Does it say compare and contrast anywhere in our directions?
No.
If it does not say compare and contrast, do we need to cite twice?
No.
No. No. Okay, so before we get too deep into our essay, we're gonna start at the beginning. And I'm gonna read the first story to you. And then you're going to wow me with your answers. My students who get 100% on the multiple choice get a lovely prize. I only had
Two. What if we can get all of them?
That's bad.
They just weren't paying attention. I know y'all paying attention. Okay. I need eyes on your paper. I need you to follow along either with your pencil or your finger. I want to know that everyone is listening. Okay? All right. Intensive farming. We can feed the world. Feeding the world is a big challenge. Everyone should get involved. It is our responsibility. The world's population is increasing every day, and every person on earth needs food to survive. To help meet this growing need for food, people have turned to a special method of farming called intensive farming. Intensive farming is done on very large farms. Crops are grown in huge fields and are then sold. Intensive farming produces food more quickly and more cheaply than ever before. It is the best way to meet the challenge of feeding our world. With a quick look around a farm using intensive farming, you would notice there aren't many workers. These large farms are mechanized. People and work animals have been replaced by modern machines. These machines do the jobs of a team of workers. 1 second. Is this still recording? Okay. Got nervous for a minute. Okay, Dylan, start from where I left off. I'm gonna popcorn somebody.
Farmers use sophisticated machines such as combine harvesters. Farming is easier because these large machines can easily cover a large area of geography in a shorter amount of time. Many of the machines have more than one purpose. For example, one machine can harvest separate and row crops. This saves farmers time and money.
Okay, Colby.
In intensive farming, a large amount of food is grown by hand. This makes it less expensive to feed so much smaller farms. Lower prices mean more people can afford it. Intensive farming are fields that once grew food, where 10 people can now feed 100. This scientific data proves out that intensive farming is a valuable method of producing food. Farmers on these large farms often use their varieties of plants. Scientists have developed plants that can produce more food. One example of corn plants that can grow more corn cobs. Some plants have been created so that they do not spoil quickly. Each plant can be kept long distances to stay fresh.
Okay. As plants grow, they get materials they need from the soil. This happens naturally over time, but this is too slow for large farms. Scientists developed fertilizers that have the correct amount of chemical nutrients for plants to grow well. This allows farmers to plant the same crop every year in the same soil. Scientists also generated new ideas that help farmers to protect their crops. They developed a wide variety of pesticides that kill insects and eat crops. Herbicides were also developed to kill weeds growing among the crops. These advances in science help meet the goal of growing more food. There are many people to feed on our planet. There will be even more people in our future. Thanks to intensive farming, more affordable food is available. Intensive farming is the best way to be certain that each and every person gets enough to eat. Alrighty. Now, tell me something. Who came up with intensive farming? How did intensive farming start? By who? Marshall? Hey, Joe?
I was actually
Okay, go ahead. Do you know who developed intensive farming? Let's back to the story. I'm sorry, my computer. I'm sorry, guys. Kobe, you know, tell me. No, not the public. Keep going. Oh my goodness, stop it. Hannah. Yes, but with the help of Dylan,
Scientists?
Yes. Yes.
You okay, Missy Town?
Yes, I'm okay. Okay, so with that being said, let's take a gander at number 1. Someone knock? No. I thought I heard someone knock. Okay. Number 1, we're not shouting out answers, we're not even raising our hands, okay? Part A, what is the main idea of this article? We're gonna do process of elimination, right? Scientists developed ways to help farmers protect their crops. If you believe that this could be a good main idea, either put a check or skip it. And let's go to B. B, intensive farming is the best way to feed the world. Is that what the whole story is about? No. Is it factual? If you believe this could be an answer, put a check. If you don't, put an X. C, always have a few people growing a lot of food. Yeah. Sure. Okay, and D, intensive farming is a good way to farm. Oh. No. That's the most boring main idea I think I ever heard in my life. Okay. Alright, so whatever you put has to relate to part B. Okay? So, which phrase from the article helps back up your answer? A, these advances in science help. Well, I'm looking at my answer. Does it relate? Does it go with it? Does it match? B, lower prices means more people can afford it. As plants grow, they get materials they need from the soil. D, crops are grown in huge fields. Mark your answer. Go to number 2. Okay? Part A. You can go back when I'm done, but let's all try to stay together, okay? Which of the statements best shows the author's point that the use of pesticides in farming is beneficial? What does beneficial mean? Does anyone know what beneficial means? Pierce?
like it will definitely work. It's not going to fail.
Would you just think the benefits? Some benefits. Is this a positive word or a negative word? It's positive, right? When you get good benefits, when something is beneficial. So it's asking us, eyes on your paper, kid. Which of the statements best shows the author's point that the use of pesticides in farming is beneficial? I'm going to give you a moment to look through the story one more time and find a statement that best shows the author's point. Okay? It could be A, crops are hard to grow. I don't see much positive with that one though, because we know beneficial is a positive word. It's a good thing. So I don't know about A. B, insects can damage plants. Well, once again, I don't know if this is positive. Is this positive? I don't think so. Farmers need to get rid of pesticides. Well, they're just asking us the author's point of the use that pesticides are beneficial. So I don't know about that either, right? Because that's kind of saying the opposite of the question. D, farmers should grow crops year round. Is that a positive thing? Okay, part B. Which evidence from the article supports your answer? Okay, so look at your answer. Okay. A. These advances in science help meet the goal of growing more food. See if that connects to your answer. B. Some plants have been created so that they do not spoil quickly. C. They developed a wide variety of pesticides that kills insects that eat crops. Farmers on these large farms often use varieties of plants. Toby, you getting it? Okay. All right, number 3. What evidence does the author use to promote the idea of intensive farming? So again, which of these choices are evidence that the author uses to promote it, the idea of intensive farming? Is it A, details about how farms are helpful? Is that about intensive farming?
No.
I don't know. Well, I do know, but can't tell you. B, the fact that crops are grown on farms. C, details about why fertilizers are needed. Or D, the fact that the world's population is growing. Focus. Okay. Number 4, what does generated mean as it is used in paragraph 7 of intensive farming we can feed the world? Everyone go to paragraph 7. Carly, please read the sentence with generated. Whenever you find it.
Scientists also have generated ideas that help farmers protect their crops.
Okay. Scientists have generated new ideas, okay? So we're going to use context clues to help figure out what it means. You can also try to put each one of these word choices in a sentence and see if it would make sense. Find the word that would make the best sense. Could it mean to ship? Place it in, see if it fits or makes sense. To plant, to create, or to enlist. Okay, go over your answer choices one more time quickly. I want to see everyone going through them one more time. Checking over, make sure you have the best possible answer. Everyone should be doing this. Then I'm about to give you a negative. Make sure you didn't skip any. Make sure you gave the best possible answer. Okay, now we are going to take a break. We're going to line up and use the restroom. Hang on one second. Okay. I want my ladies to line up first. off.